In Lesson 4.2, Day 2, Examples 3 and 4, Writing Equations in Slope-Intercept Form, you will be writing an equation in slope-intercept form to model real-world situations and then use the equation to make predictions. Example 3 says the table shows the average fares for domestic flights in certain years. Write an equation that could be used to predict airfares if fares continue to increase at this rate. We're going to go ahead and let x equal the years since 2000. So this would actually be 2004. That would be when x is 4. This would be when x is 5, 6, and 7. Since x is the number of years since 2000. So what we need to do first is figure out what the slope is. So I'm going to just choose two points to use. Let's go ahead and use 4, 354, and let's use 5, 366. Actually, I want to write them side by side. That just helps me to set up my slope formula. So it's going to be 5, 366. So when I go to find the slope, remember it's y2 minus y1. So 366 minus 354 over x2 minus x1, so over 5 minus 4. So 366 minus 354, that's going to equal 12. And then 5 minus 4 equals 1. So our slope, or m, is equal to 12. Now we need to choose one of these points to use and our slope. I'm going to go ahead and how about use this one right here. I'm going to use 6, 378. It really doesn't matter which point you use. So that's going to be my x and that's going to be my y. When I plug it into y equals mx plus b. So in place of y, I'm going to put 378. Equals, and then in place of m, we found that to be 12. And then in place of x, we're going to go ahead and use 6. And then plus b. So when we simplify this, we get 378 equals 12 times 6, which is 72, plus b. Now to solve this for b, we're going to subtract 72 from both sides. So we're going to end up with 306 equals b. So now we know what m is, and we know what b is. So now we can write our equation. Y equals m, which is 12, x plus b, which is 306. You may want to pause the video and try the next one on your own. It says, in addition to his weekly salary, Ethan is paid $16 per delivery. Last week, he made 5 deliveries and his total pay was $215. Write a linear equation to find Ethan's total pay, T, if he makes D deliveries. Well, the information that we were given here is that he's paid $16 per delivery. So that is going to be our slope. It's $16 per delivery. That's our rate of change. And then we also know that last week he made 5 deliveries and his pay was $215. So that would be the ordered pair 5, 215. For 5 deliveries, he got $215. So we have a point and the slope. When you have the point and the slope, you're going to go ahead and plug it into the formula y equals mx plus b to find out what b is. So we're going to plug in 5 for x, 215 for y, and 16 for m. So in place of y, we're going to put 215. In place of m, we're going to put 16. And in place of x, we're going to put 5. So 215 equals 16 times 5, which is 80, plus b. Now to solve it for b, you're going to want to subtract 80 from both sides. And you get 135 equals b. So now we already knew the slope was 16, and we know that b is 135. So we can write our equation y equals m, which is 16 since it's $16 per delivery, y equals 16 x plus b, which is 135. Now I just remembered that instead of x and y, they told us it was going to be t and d. So the weekly pay, or t, is going to equal 16 times the number of deliveries plus 135. You can use a linear equation to make predictions about values that are beyond the range of the data. This process is called linear extrapolation. It says use the equation from example 3 to estimate the cost of airfares in 2010. So I'm going to just peek up here. We had y equals 12x plus 360. And remember, x was the number of years since 2000. So if we're talking 2010, we're going to put in 10 for x. So y is going to equal 12 times 10 years plus 306. So y is going to equal 120 plus 306. So y equals $426.